Y'all, Cardi B's guardian angel must be either fast asleep or 6 feet under, 'cause nothing in her life is going right these days. First, she's in a messy public divorce with Offset. Then her rebound man, Stefan Diggs, turns out to be for the literal streets. And now, sis is finding out that her precious, beloved, soul-healing Hermès bags might be, wait for it, made in China. Gasp. Nah, ain't no way. But if there's one thing that's always brought Cardi joy, it's them Birkin bags. They're her little emotional support bags. And now, just like her BBL, people are saying that not even those is real. And this is what we call an emotional recession, y'all. But hold up, wait a minute, because this story isn't just about Cardi throwing tantrums over handbags. No, it's way deeper. 'Cause ever since this China trade tension got hotter than Cardi B's mixtapes, the luxury goods industry has been caught in a massive expose. And now celebs are spiraling. Let's start with Miss Scheme Supreme herself, Kim Kardashian, who had the audacity to pop in and say, "I know everyone would love it to be true, but it's not." All right, Kimberly. Very press release. Very public announcement. But the queen of soft launches, Kylie Jenner, jumped in with the simple, "This is so crazy." Yeah, real descriptive and deep. But even Zendaya, who normally minds her business like it's a full-time job, dropped the nonchalant, well, definitely her black side speaking, 'cause you know it's serious when Zendaya wants to speak. But not to be outdone, Bella Hadid, never one to skip a scandal, said, "Anyone can go online and say this is true. But girl, are you saying it's fake or not?" And finally, Naomi I Walk in Storms Campbell was not even having it. This is so disrespectful to all the craftsmanship behind all of these brands. Period. Naomi came swinging. But just when we thought it was going to go even more tabloidier, enter the godfather of leather slander, Tanner Leatherstain. Now, if you don't know about Tanner, he's that viral dude on TikTok, YouTube, and IG who slices open designer bags like a steak at Texas Roadhouse. And he's famous for cutting into $5,000 purses just to tell us if they feel like a wet napkin. Now, people tried to pin the China rumor on him too, but he quickly cleared that up, saying, "Y'all need to relax.
Let me be clear, I never said any of those things.
I never said Hermès or LVMH bags are made in China. I'm just a dude who slices them open and tells you if they're giving luxury or giving lunch bags. Let me be clear, I never said any of those things." And here's where things got even more spicy. Now folks are saying that, okay, if Chinese manufacturers are telling the truth, then where's the proof? Like, where are the emails, the invoices, the shipping logs? Like, where's the receipts? Fair points, honestly. Because let's be real, if they're producing these luxury bags
made in China, I can get that for $12. Go outside and touch grass. Some of you guys feel like this is your moment to shine and you can finally stick it to people that buy luxury goods without like even fact checking anything about any of this information that you're being fed from these factories or people with these TikTok videos, which seemingly have false information, everything from pricing to the bags. Like, I just don't understand. A lot of these luxury brands own their own manufacturing and source product from farms that they own. Hermès owns its own tanneries and crocodile and alligator farms, has workshops in France, and most bags are made by a single artisan.
but exposing that would basically be career suicide. They're out here biting the luxury hand that feeds you. Those bags were supposed to be hush-hush. No one wants to admit that their $25,000 bag was stitched next to someone's SHEIN order. Not getting cute. But I got to hand it to the luxury—
You mean to tell me you believe that this man is making your Birkins in China? If he's a Birkin artisan, then I'm an astronaut.
girlies. They're fighting back like Harvard grads in American seminar. One person even said, "Everyone thinks an 85-year-old seventh-generation artisan named Geppetto makes those bags by hand." Not Geppetto, Pinocchio's daddy. I mean, who knew fashion stands had this much range? Interview. But here's the million-dollar question. Why are people defending these brands like it's life or death? It's giving my self-worth depends on my designer closet energy. Interview. But let's unpack that. Now, for you to really get why this is such a big deal, just peep this. Y'all, that right there? That's how you'll be treating these Hermès bags. Like it's not just a purse, it's a life source. Oxygen. Who? That lady was one joyful exhale away from passing clean out. Now imagine telling sis that all that Cloud 9 energy—
I need you people to wake up and critically think and stop believing it that you see on TikTok, okay?
she was over a bag that might have been made for $400 in a random factory in Shenzhen. Oh yelp girl. That's how you catch a designer slap, straight across the face. Monogram included. Hello? LV on the face. But that's exactly why many luxury shoppers are spiraling right now like their Dior heels just snapped mid-step. And honestly, can you blame them? TikTok is in full-blown meltdown mode after Chinese factory workers started posting videos claiming they're the ones making all these so-called made in France and crafted in Italy bags.
I got a closet full of it that I paid thousands for. And you're telling me it's all been made in China and I could have just gone straight to China and gotten this. It just can't be the same. It cannot be the same. Please don't tell me I got played. I refuse to believe that there's no difference.
And no, we're not talking about your everyday tote. These are the $7,000 and up kind of bags, the ones you have to book a whole appointment for just to be maybe deemed worthy of buying. Suddenly, folks who thought they were flexing Parisian elegance are wondering if their beloved bag came from a fluorescent-lit factory in Guangzhou with a production cost that's giving budget-friendly. Allegedly, some of these bags cost around $400 to produce, and yet they're being sold for $7,000. And that's before the gold-plated hardware or the limited edition seasonal color that sold out in 12 seconds. Y'all, the math ain't mathin'. Interview. These TikTokers are posting like they just found out their bags were cheating on them. One day you're in love, the next you're crying into your Fendi scarf. Like, you mean to tell me my Chanel isn't sipping espresso with French artisans? Y'all, it's betrayal, heartbreak, full-on denial, like catching your man in 4K and he acting like Shaggy. It wasn't me. But let's be real for a second, for a millisecond. Put yourself in their shoes. You finally did it. You budgeted. Maybe you saved for months. Maybe you swiped that card or that CLA, knowing you'd be eating noodles and trauma for the next 3 paychecks.
Our artisans, they need to do 4 years of training to be able to manufacture a Kelly bag. This that you've just seen, the perlage, you need to be very skilled and very, very good.
You walked into that boutique. Palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on your sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. Not M&M. I mean, you came ready to risk it all. And then you walked out with that bag. A Birkin. A Chanel. A Gucci. The bag that makes strangers double take and your mama whisper. How much was that again? You spent thousands, maybe tens of thousands, and you told yourself it was worth it. 'Cause it's luxury, right? It's artisanal. It's handcrafted. It's sewn by French grandmas under a full moon while sipping espresso blessed by a priest in Milan. Or so you thought. But now these Chinese manufacturers are coming out swinging. They're posting factory videos, pricing breakdowns, photos, and literal step-by-step tutorials on how these bags are allegedly getting made. The internet is not okay. People are spiraling like their identity just got snatched, right along with their overpriced purse.
Hermès owns its own tanneries and crocodile and alligator farms, has workshops in France, and most bags are made by a single artisan. So go ahead and buy your DH-Gate bag, whatever bag, and see how it holds up over the years. Trust me, Hermès is not concerned.
But let's be fair, these claims haven't fully been verified. Some could just be replicas. Some might be salty ex-employees doing the most for clout. But regardless of who's telling the truth, one thing is loud and clear. The luxury community is in shambles. Like, Oscar-worthy meltdowns. Y'all, cue the Viola Davis knot, because it's a full-blown soap opera out here. People are defending their bags like they're defending their bloodline, House of Dragons or House of Birkins. And guess what? They're just getting started. This rabbit hole is deep, y'all. You better stay strapped in. Now, some of y'all were shooked, like full-on I canceled vacations and ate noodles for months levels of regret. And y'all, they did. 2 years of saving, budgeting, side hustling, and saying no to everything just to get your hands on a piece of the so-called luxury life, only to find out it's been made for less than a pair of Jordans. Y'all, it's giving identity crisis. So while some are spiraling, others are straight up delulu in denial mode. They're yelling, "It's fake. That's not my bag." Gays would never. Like they're defending a cheating ex in public. I don't care. It's still iconic. It's still iconic. Girl, be for real. Interview. But let's keep it a buck and talk about something no one's mentioning. Why are their reactions totally valid? Because luxury was never just about a bag. It's always been about the fantasy, the exclusivity, the soft lighting, the doorman who calls you madam like you're royalty. That bougie little moment when they hand you a lukewarm glass of sparkling something while you wait 40 minutes just to touch a $25,000 coin purse. It's not just a bag. It's a whole vibe of flex. That silent, "I'm not one of y'all" energy that hits when you walk into brunch and everybody stops chewing because of your big OL bag.
Hermès doesn't care if you think they're made in China. They don't care if you're going to buy fake Birkins from China because it means that you still want Birkins. The only reason you're buying a fake Birkin is because you don't have enough money.
But when a Chinese factory worker hops on TikTok and breaks down your $20,000 bag like $372 materials, $50 labor, $15 packaging. Boom. Suddenly the internet finds out the emperor has no stitching. And it's emotional damage in HD. Like, call your best friend and scream into the pillow type pain. The kind that makes you stare at your bag like it just lied to your face. Just a bold-faced lie. But this is where it gets interesting. The fashion girlies already knew. The insiders? They've been new. The girls who read ingredient lists on face cream and watch luxury exposés for fun? They clocked that scene ages ago. But what's new is, everybody knows now. And when the curtain drops for the masses, baby, it hits different. It confirms that sneaky little voice in your head you've always tried to ignore. Wait, is this bag even really worth all this? And that, bestie, is where it gets personal. Because luxury isn't just a thing, it's a feeling. It's an identity, the belonging, the confidence, the silent badge of I did it. There's even a whole psych term for it. Symbolic consumption. We don't just wear things for function. We wear them for meaning. So when that meaning gets threatened, when someone's like, "Yo, your $25,000 Birkin might be worth $400 on a good day," it's not just a wallet issue. It's a soul punch. Your brain goes, nah, I refuse to believe I got played. And then comes the spiral, the denial, the defense, and yes, pure rage. Because nothing stings harder than realizing you paid 5 figures for a bag that might have been stitched up in the same factory that's making lunchboxes. Interview. So, let's really tell the truth, it's giving scandal. But now everybody and their grandma already knows this mess didn't just pop out of nowhere. In the same breath, this standoff could explain why many people believe Chinese manufacturers are simply behaving like a jilted lover. Of course, Trump kicked off this chaos. Not so long ago, the US imposed unreasonable taxes on all goods from China, and just like that, the tension was at an all-time high, tighter than a fresh sew-in. But some behind-the-scenes folks decided they'd had enough. And no, they didn't show up with press conferences and peace talks. They came with screenshots and receipts. And their plan? Petty, genius, and absolutely diabolical. Basically, some factories and middlemen, the folks who allegedly make the luxury bags, were like, "Oh, y'all want to play games with our coin? Cool. Let's show the world what these bags really cost to make." And boom, just like that, they started exposing production prices, not in private emails, but all over the internet. Your whole TikTok timeline, open for the world to see. And it hit hard because once buyers saw that their bag dropped from $20,000 to maybe $372 in materials, a few bucks in labor, and $15 in packaging, minds were blown. Suddenly, that exclusive luxury wasn't looking so exclusive, just expensive, and not in a cute way. Now, Whether all those rumors and numbers are 100% accurate, nobody knows for sure. But the conversations they started? Oh, they're real. Because folks are realizing they might have been flexing over a glorified, overhyped tote, and emotions are running hot. But here's the tea people keep missing. While the internet's out here pointing fingers at the brands, the influencers, and the factories, the 1%, the actual plot is deeper. Because at its core, it's not just about a bag. It's about you, what you value, what you're actually buying. So if you're buying the bag for the status, the look at me energy, the quiet flex when you walk into brunch,
Cool. Just be honest about it.
you're paying to feel richer than other people. And that's the whole game. But if you're shelling out cash thinking you're getting next level quality and artisanal craftsmanship, then yeah, you've got every right to be mad when you find out it might be stitched together for $40. And about those crazy markups? Listen, I'm not even mad. Fashion is half business, half performance art. Like, if someone can tape a banana to a wall and sell it for $1 million just because it's art, then yeah, Hermès can charge $30,000 for a handbag. We're all just playing the same game, in different fonts.
So what now?
Should folks toss the Birkin bags in the bonfire? Burn products in protest? Let's not get dramatic. Okay, maybe just a little dramatic. Or should the girly